Morning, co-anchor Emily Burris went on that honor flight trip. Some incredible stories coming back from Washington, D.C.
Yeah, really incredible storytelling with her and our photojournalist Robert Dingwall, and just we're so proud of the men and women here in our area, so be sure to tune into their great storytelling. Meantime, Josh, we're coming off of a dry weekend in November. That's very uncommon, right?
A rarity indeed. So I hope that everyone was able to kind of soak it up over the weekend, because all good things, as we know, must come to an end.
Oh, must they?
I know. Hey, I'll meet you in the middle and we'll hold off until Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So enjoy the cloud coverage and kind of that typical November styled afternoon and evening that we experienced today. Again tomorrow, bit of a time-lapse view as the sun dipped below the horizon. Again, those happening within the 4 o'clock hour. After our daytime highs managed to get back up into the mid-50s for us right here in the Rose City. Mid-60s for us further south through the Willamette Valley, and also seeing those highs in the mid to upper 50s along the coastline. But just to put it all into perspective, we were 1 degree above our average of 55 degrees for this day in the month of November. A lot of zeros, though, as far as the rain gauges go, with the exception of a couple rain droplets accumulating along the coast over the foothills of the Cascades, but just amounting to a couple of 1/100ths of an inch. As 54 degrees is where we currently reside. Overcast skies still overhead, a bit of the marine layer trying to push its way into parts of the coast, and maybe some isolated patchy fog, a possibility in some of the low-lying elevations of the Willamette Valley. As our temperatures now cooling back into the low to mid-50s across the Portland-Vancouver area. Hood River at 50 degrees, and those low 50s enjoyed out along the shoreline. As our satellite and radar definitely depicting dry conditions. Again, maybe just an isolated raindrop or two out towards the far eastern sections of Marion County, but that is a small dose of what is in store. You can see all the cloud coverage out over the Pacific trying to push its way back into western Oregon and southwest Washington as we got this nice low pressure system spinning out towards the Gulf of Alaska. Now, we've already had a surplus in our rain department for the month of November, seeing almost 2.5 inches, giving us a surplus of just about a full inch. Now, that number continues to shrink as the number of dry days continue to add up, but I think we'll be adding to that surplus here in the coming days as that shrink in the rain deficit, or the surplus, I should say, has been stalled because of high pressure, but that now starts to break down as we prepare for this trough of cooler and rainier air to move its way back in western Oregon and southwest Washington. You'll notice by Thursday it sits right overhead, and that is expected to be one of our wettest days, at least over about the next 5 days. So we'll time everything out here with our futurecast. Dry but overcast skies to start the day. Maybe a few sun breaks, very similar to what we saw today. Again tomorrow, we pretty much hold off on the moisture until we move our way into Wednesday morning. A few scattered showers for some of us becomes a little bit more widespread by Wednesday evening, as our rain gauges, at least over the next 48 hours, really expected to stay mostly dry, but you'll notice a couple of those 1/100ths of an inch sneaking their way back onto our map. That's where that sprinkle potential really starts to ramp up. Now, looking at Wednesday all the way through Friday, our long-range weather forecast models still disagreeing, so we'll meet in the middle at about a 1/2 inch of moisture by the end of this week. That also comes as our snow elevation levels dip back to about 4,500 feet. Thursday, Friday, that's where we could add up in the snow department, up in elevation. Tonight, staying dry, we fall back into the mid-40s. Tomorrow for Veterans Day, for anyone heading out to any of those parades, celebrations, or memorials, 58 is our expected high. 7-day forecast does show the return of the moisture by the middle of the week. The rain really firing up come Thursday, and unfortunately that does carry us into a soggy weekend ahead. And look at our temperatures 1 week from today, 52 degrees. So it's about that time of year we start to see those temperatures get a little chilly, if not cool, for the daytime highs.
Yeah, it is more typical for this time of year to see that,
it is.
right? All right. Thanks a lot, Josh.
All right. We'll be right back.